Welcome to Current News. I'm your host, Chris Davis. We're going to talk about two stories today. We're going to talk about Donald Trump Jr. and his Senate investigation, and then we're going to talk about North Korea. So, Donald Trump Jr. is being investigated by the Senate again about his meeting with the Russians. So, if you don't remember, a few months back, the New York Times, if you don't remember, a few months back, Donald Trump Jr. Released his emails on Twitter, but he really only did it because the New York Times was about to publish his emails. The emails contained information about him talking to Rob Goldstone and them setting up a meeting to meet with a Russian official to get information on Hillary Clinton. When this was released, he said that he was going to this meeting to find information on Hillary Clinton, but nothing came of it, so he left. He changed the story then to it was for Russian adoption, but nothing happened in the meeting, so he left. He didn't get anything. Now he changed the story again, saying that he was trying to find information to figure out if Hillary Clinton was fit to be in office. So he was trying to be a patriot. He was trying to be he was trying to do his civic duty. But the Senate has been investigating him recently, and basically what he said to them was that with the meeting with the Russians, he was inexperienced. It was the first time he ever worked on a campaign. He tried to use his best judgment, but he says that he did not collude with Russia, that he didn't get any information from them. He said that he was overwhelmed and he got a lot of emails. The same thing Jared Kushner said when he was being investigated, that they were both inexperienced and that they never worked in politics until Donald Trump decided to run. You can let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, whether you believe it or not. Donald Trump Jr. to me is still in trouble because of conspiracy. If you look at the emails, you can Google them. He went on the intent of getting information on Hillary Clinton. That's conspiracy. So because he intended to go to the meeting and he went to the meeting, and he said in his emails that he was going, all right, that's the intent. That's conspiracy, and that's against the law. So you can get him for that. So just let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Okay, next story we're going to talk about is North Korea. Sorry that I didn't cover North Korea last week. I guess everyone was getting distracted by Hurricane Harvey. Houston, Beaumont, Port Arthur, those cities in Texas got hit. The big gas scares, just everyone was distracted with that. And I guess a lot of people missed the North Korea missile testing. So last week, North Korea launched a missile. It went over Japan, right into the Pacific. It was a big concern because it's showing that North Korea is getting better and better with their nuclear testing of their missiles. They shot off another missile which caused an earthquake. I think it was a magnitude of 6.3. So really big earthquake. And the response has been tougher sanctions on North Korea. Vladimir Putin has stepped in and saying that sanctions are not going to do anything to a heavily sanctioned North Korea. They're not. You have so many sanctions on them already. They're heavily sanctioned. More sanctions is not going to solve it. Doing a military strike against North Korea is going to have devastating consequences. Loss of human life on both sides. The threat of nuclear winter. If of course there is like a nuclear winter, that would be famine and less rain. Um, the crops wouldn't grow as much, so there would be like huge effects. There would be very bad consequences if there was a nuclear war. So what Russia, like Putin proposed, is more incentives to bring North Korea to the table. Um, the president of South Korea, the prime minister of Japan, aren't really for that. They're for more sanctions. A U.S. ambassador to the UN said that sanctions probably won't change North Korea's mind, but it will deter them from making any more nuclear missiles. Basically, what I think is that something should have been done about North Korea a long time ago. Um, I believe like Bush could have done something about North Korea. He might have been too wrapped up in Iraq or in Afghanistan to do something. I believe President Obama had opportunities to do it. I believe he could find reasons for doing it. When Kim Jong Il came into power, he was so inexperienced. I think that was an opportunity for a coup. Um, Another opportunity I believe President Obama had was when Seth Rogen and James Franco made this movie about assassinating the North Korean dictator Kim Jong Il. Basically, it was him, and North Korea threatened to hack every movie theater if we released the film. I believe he could have done something about that. And when they hacked Sony, he would have had justifications for that. So I believe that we've had like opportunities to just that we've had opportunities to get like North Korea to like deal with them, and they would have been justified. I believe China and Russia would allow the U.S. to like attack North Korea if the U.S. and its allies were more decisive about it. If they were decisive and quick about it, fine. But the longer they drag it out, the more their window of opportunity is closing, the more casualties there will be for South Koreans, for Japanese, the worse for their refugee crisis. Another person who thinks that another person who thinks that North Korea should have been handled a long time ago is Al Gore. Here's an interview with him with Newsweek. Let's watch. Okay, so you heard Al Gore. He says three presidents. So Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama. those three presidents should have um, handled North Korea, according to him. I'm not sure about Bill Clinton, but I'm certain about Bush and I'm certain about Obama. But maybe Obama didn't want to do it because he didn't want to be um, trapped in another war. He didn't want the U.S. to be into another war. Um, we did go into Benghazi and we did go into Libya, so we did something there. So I'm thinking like, why not do something like in North Korea? So um, he's right. Trump didn't create this problem. He inherited it. He made. He is. He's not handling it like the best way possible. Well, that's not the right thing to say. Um, he's gotten more sanctions on North Korea, so that's good. It's just it's better for Trump to listen to his advisors. He shouldn't say statements like North Korea best not make any more threats or they'll be met with fire and fury that the world has never seen before. He shouldn't say provoking statements that have not been vetted by his advisors. He shouldn't say anything like that. Okay, that's all we have for today. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit this like button and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And all of you have a great day.